How are you fuckers doing tonight? It's your boy Alex the Kid Seymour here, and today we are going to be talking about legal name and gender marker change. Now, specifically, I was born in the state of New Mexico, so that's what's going to be most relevant here, but this is true of a lot of states, so let's get right into it. So first you go to the courthouse. Now, the courthouse is going to be different, like, regarding where you are in the state, so go to whichever one is appropriate for you, and basically there's people there that'll help you get your hands on the appropriate paperwork that you need for legal name change. You fill it out. Basically you put what your dead name is, what you want your name to be. When you file it, make sure you have a bunch of cash on you. I don't remember the exact amount, but just make sure you have cash on you, because they're not going to take any other form of payment. You have to pay to file it. But so you bring cash and you file it. At that point, they'll give you a court date. You come back on that date. I filed sometime in July. My court date was 8th August. So you come back on the court date. The judge basically looks over your paperwork. And then if your name change goes through, which the only reason it wouldn't would be if you were a felon or something like that, you could run into some issues. But for the most part, it goes through. So he bangs his gavel, and then that becomes your legal name. You get a bunch of copies of the court order. You bring one of them to the Department of Vital Statistics in Santa Fe. Now, this is where things get sort of tricky. In order to get your name changed, all you need is that court order. But to get your gender marker change, you need to have a letter that is notarized, written. So you have to have had some sort of gender reassignment surgery. Testosterone does not count. So, you need to have had most likely top surgery, or something that qualifies as gender reassignment surgery. So you need a notarized letter from whoever did the surgery, or the medical director, saying that you had it, but it specifically has to use the words gender reassignment surgery, from, in my case, female to male. Now, this is important because when I initially went there, so when I first went there, I didn't know I needed to have the letter at all. So I didn't know, I just had something from my endocrinologist, and they didn't accept that. So then I came back a week later, and I did have a letter. And the letter I had was from the correct person, the medical director of the group that did my top surgery. But what it said was appropriate clinical treatment for gender transition. They did not accept that. It had to say gender reassignment surgery. And so that's the thing, and alright, if you friend me on Facebook, I can private message you a photo of my letter and exactly what it looks like. I'm not gonna post it publicly, just because for privacy related reasons. I'm not gonna do that. But so yeah, eventually it went through. Once you have that, your next step is Social Security office. That's, relatively easy. You get your Social Security card relatively fast. And then, the next step would be to call insurance companies and, alumni associations of, your college and high school, and get those things changed. Medical, dental, car. And then once you have enough things that have your new name on them, and your all of your other stuff, then you can bring all of that and get your real ID. Once you have that, you can get your banking information changed. Now, the banking is the thing that took me longest. I had something 4 separate meetings with the people at my particular bank, and it wasn't until literally within the week that I had a debit card that said my new correct name on it. So even my passport, I got faster than that, which Now, basically, the more things you have that have your new name, the better, and, like, the easier. So even things like like, get a library card. Like, even if you don't ever go to the fucking library, just the more things under your new name, the better, because it all, like, establishes the identity. So, yeah, that's essentially what you need to know. If you have questions, Facebook, or Instagram, private message me. I will answer them. Alright, good night, fuckers.